Hey everyone, welcome to the Right on Time podcast. With you as always, it is your friendly, your favorite neighborhood ink slinger. So, chapter 8 or excuse me, episode 18. I'm so in the book right now. Episode 18, I titled it The Book of AI. By the way, not sure if you saw something back there. Things are happening. Anyways, so the Book of AI, real quick about the title, it does have to do with artificial intelligence, but that is not like the original inspiration. I will explain, okay? Real quick. So yes, we're going to talk about the progress, right? We are going to talk about, I guess, getting back to school and getting back to work and kind of like a normal schedule. I'm going to talk about chapter 13, and then I'm going to talk about really the book of AI, right? Or my the scripture that I felt inspired me to write the novel. Okay, all right. So and again, so the last time I uploaded was 20 days ago, which is much better than 38 days, right? I've almost cut it in half, right? So just under 3 weeks. Tomorrow would be technically 3 weeks, okay? The next one that I want to upload is going to be Friday, September the 13th, just because of number 13. For me, it means a lot with this book and everything. Okay, so number one, the progress. On Friday, this past Friday, August the 30th, chapter 12 was completed, which means that I started on chapter 13. Also, on that same night, Mrs. Inkslinger, my beautiful bride, she read it and she approves. So we're looking good right now. All right. Also, these last 2 weeks, my writing has been very consistent. I think I may have taken off 1 or 2 days in the last 2 weeks, not 2 days in 1 week, right? Like one day 1 week and one day the next week, if that. And I think I made up for it one of the weeks because I did write on a Saturday. Okay, all right. So second thing, with my bride going back to school, right? As if you're in the city of Chicago, you do know that school started right a week ago. So right, thank you CPS. So that kind of has helped normalize my schedule. So again, it I'm not trying to blame my bride or CPS for my writing or lack thereof. I just feel like it's helped me though, right? Because now you have to have more structure. Like no, now now these times you have to be ready because if not, you're gonna miss your window, right? That you've created starting in February 5th of this year. All right. So now we're back to business as usual. All right. So I did want to talk about chapter 13. So chapter 13, that is being written from Acts 13, right? So let me explain. So it's an acrostic, ACROSTIC. What does that mean? So it basically means that every word in Acts chapter 13, I'm taking I'm taking I'm taking the first letter of every word in that chapter and in the order that it's in, and I'm using that to dictate what's no, I'm sorry. It is every letter. Every letter in every word and in the order that it's written in chapter 13, I'm using that to dictate the first letter of every word in well, not my, but in the novel's chapter 13, right? Um, I just felt led to do that. I don't know why. I was just like, okay, if that's what you want, Lord, that's what you're gonna get, right? So I'm gonna need a lot of prayer because I don't know what that's gonna look like. It's gonna be like, wow, it's probably gonna be the most different chapter of all of them, just because that's the only one that I've done in that style, right? So I mean, literally, if I ever have to explain chapter 13 of this novel to anyone, I can say it's Acts 13, right? You take out the first letter of every word, and you have Acts chapter 13. And I'm taking it from the New Jerusalem Bible. It does matter because it's a different version, right? You're going to be like, hey, George, if you have the NIV or whatever, there's so many, I don't know, 18,000 versions, whatever other version you have, you'll be like, hey, George, that's not right. And it's like, no, it's this version, right? Okay. All right. So now I want to give you the inspiration for the antagonist and the storyline, right? So I was inspired one day while reading Joshua chapter 7 and 8, because it talks about the book of AI, because it has, I believe the biggest protagonist there is Achan, right? Achan. So the antagonist. Did I say protagonist? I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. The antagonist. So if you haven't read, that's fine. So the antagonist is a tycoon from mainland China, and his name is initials A, C, and his last name is Han, right? So I got it from Achan. That was the inspiration. And again, because the battle is over AI, right? Or I think it's pronounced I from the Bible, because it's a place, it's not a thing, right? I said to myself, okay, then I'm like, how fitting, right? We have a name, and the theme will be AI, right? That's what we're combating, or that's what we're fighting for. It's some kind of algorithm, so on and so forth, right? Again, that's the idea. So, having said all that, and now you know when my next episode is going to come out, which is rare. I usually, I know originally I was like every Tuesday, but hey folks, it's a lot, man. It takes an hour to upload 10 or less minutes worth of video, which is insane to me. You're like, how in the world does it? You would think, man, hit record, upload. It shouldn't take you but 20 to 30 minutes all combined. Yeah, no, it takes a lot more. So to the people who do 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and they do it consistently, kudos to you. I don't know how you do it. You're outstanding. And you probably have a team. My team is my phone, a stand, and like 3 books. So let's figure that one out, right? All right. So having said all that, having wrapped it up, let me wrap it up with this. So I do want to read Joshua chapter 8, verses 1 to 2. That'll be the quote. That'll be I guess, kind of like the scripture that kind of like turned the light on. I was like, hey, maybe I can use this, right? Again, it doesn't have, does this have Achan's name? I don't think it has Achan's name, but when I saw the letters A and I, right, spelled like AI as an artificial intelligence, I'm like, hey, I can use that. And I think from there, I kind of spread, it spread, right? It went, okay, let me read before that. Let me read after that. Let me see what I can take. All right, here we go. Joshua 8, verses 1 to 2. And the Lord said to Joshua, do not fear and do not be dismayed. Take all the fighting men with you and arise, go up to Ai. See, I have given into your hand the king of Ai and his people, his city, and his land. And you shall do to Ai and its king as you did to Jericho and its king. Only its spoil and its livestock you shall take as plunder for yourselves. Lay an ambush against the city behind it. So I was like, hey, that's what I'm going to use. We're going for AI, and it's giving me a way of attack, right? Again, will I use it? Will it be in the novel? I don't know, but hey, at least we got inspiration to start somewhere, right? All right, y'all. Well, hey, thank you again for joining me. Thanks for your patience and understanding. It's been the summer months for y'all. Come on, man. You got to get all the rays of sun that you can soak in, because once the winter hits, if you're in the Midwest or in the northern part of the world or somewhere where it's freezing cold, you understand, hey, no, the sun is good, and we want to soak it up. Get all that vitamin D you can get right now, all right? All right, hey, y'all, thanks again for joining me with Right on Time, Rightfully Yours. This has been George Bada This. Be blessed, y'all. I'll see you guys later.